The birth of Prince Archie and Princess Lilibet, children of Meghan Markle and Prince Harry, was meant to be a triumphant chapter in their breakaway royal saga. Instead, it has become a lightning rod for controversy, with whispers of deception and a bombshell claim from a former private doctor threatening to unravel their carefully curated image. The doctor's alleged revelation that Meghan may not have carried Archie and that Harry's paternity is in question has ignited a firestorm, with Meghan reportedly furious at the breach of confidentiality. This isn't just another tabloid frenzy. It's a crisis that strikes at the heart of the Sussex brand, raising questions about trust, lineage, and the monarchy's legacy. Unlike traditional royal births, shrouded in protocol and public celebration, the Sussex's secretive approach marked by locked-down estates, redacted documents, and NDAs has fueled suspicion. This article delves into Meghan's reaction to the doctor's claims, the irregularities surrounding Archie and Lilibet's births, and the devastating fallout for Harry, Meghan, and the royal family. The controversy erupted when a former member of Meghan's private medical team allegedly broke a stringent non-disclosure agreement to reveal shocking details about Archie's birth. According to sources cited by the Daily Mail, the doctor claimed Meghan did not physically carry Archie, suggesting the use of a surrogate or another orchestrated arrangement. More explosively, the doctor raised doubts about Prince Harry's biological paternity, pointing to a possible donor or an unnamed figure from Meghan's past, potentially a former Hollywood associate from her Suits days. This revelation, if true, would not only challenge the Sussex's narrative, but also threaten Archie's place in the royal line of succession, which requires clear documentation of royal bloodlines. Meghan's reaction was swift and intense. Insiders report she was livid at the leak, immediately mobilizing her legal team to issue cease and desist letters and explore defamation lawsuits. Sources close to the couple describe a nuclear response, with Meghan contacting former staffers to enforce silence and even offering hush money to prevent further disclosures. The doctor, reportedly disillusioned by the Sussex's treatment of staff, cited a breakdown in trust as the reason for coming forward. Their account paints a picture of a meticulously controlled operation, with Meghan handpicking a private medical team to bypass the royal family's trusted physician. This unprecedented move, coupled with the absence of standard hospital records at Portland Hospital, where Archie was reportedly born, has deepened the mystery. The doctor's claims extend to Lilibet's birth in 2021, overseen by Dr. Melissa Drake in California. Drake, who later faced lawsuits for medical negligence unrelated to the Sussexes, closed her practice abruptly after delivering Lilibet, citing personal health reasons. However, court documents reveal allegations of mismanagement, raising questions about why Meghan chose a relatively untested physician over established royal doctors. The lack of transparency coupled with Drake's sudden departure has fueled speculation that Lilibet's birth, like Archie's, was shrouded in secrecy to conceal uncomfortable truths. Royal births are steeped in tradition, designed to ensure transparency and public trust. From Princess Diana's iconic hospital photo ops with William and Harry, to Kate Middleton's poised appearances hours after labor, the monarchy has long balanced privacy with accountability. Meghan, however, upended these norms. Archie's birth on May 6, 2019, was announced via a terse Buckingham Palace statement hours after it allegedly occurred, with no prior notice of Meghan entering labor. Unlike St. Mary's Hospital, where royal births typically draw crowds and media, Portland Hospital saw no traffic disruptions, police presence, or signs of a high-profile event. One insider described the scene as so quiet you could hear the walls breathe. The secrecy extended to Frogmore Cottage, where staff reported a lockdown in Meghan's final trimester. Aides were barred from certain areas, and several claimed they hadn't seen Meghan in weeks, raising questions about her physical presence. Non-disclosure agreements, described as unusually harsh for royal circles, bound staff to silence, with some reportedly threatened with legal action for minor breaches. Harry's memoir Spare adds to the intrigue, claiming the couple returned to Frogmore Cottage within 2 hours of Archie's birth, an improbable timeline for a woman who, according to Harry, endured a complicated delivery involving 2 epidurals and a birthing tub. Medical experts have called this timeline implausible, noting that epidurals preclude water births due to safety concerns, and a postpartum mother would not be discharged so quickly, especially after a geriatric pregnancy. Lilibet's birth in June 2021 followed a similar pattern. Delivered at Santa Barbara Cottage Hospital, the event lacked the public fanfare of other royal births. Meghan and Harry offered no immediate photo op, and the birth certificate, registered by the palace, contained redacted sections, an unprecedented move for a royal child in the line of succession. Social media posts on X have amplified these discrepancies, with users like @unremarkable questioning the logistics of Archie's birth, from Harry's alleged use of nitrous oxide to the absence of standard security protocols. These posts, while speculative, reflect a growing public sentiment that the Sussex's narrative doesn't add up. The doctor's claim that Harry may not be Archie's biological father has sent shockwaves through the royal family and the public. Theories range from a donor arrangement to involvement of a former partner from Meghan's Hollywood days, with some pointing to her suit's co-star relationships as possible connections. These allegations, though unproven, have struck a nerve, with Meghan reportedly in a tailspin over the potential damage to her image as a mother and advocate. Her legal team has dismissed the claims as baseless, but the lack of concrete hospital records and the palace's silence have only fueled speculation. Meghan's fury stems not just from the breach of privacy but from the existential threat to Archie's legitimacy in the line of succession. Royal protocol requires clear documentation of parentage, verified by trusted physicians and security teams. The absence of such records, combined with the doctor's testimony, raises questions about whether the palace was complicit in a cover-up or simply deceived by the Sussexes. Posts on X, such as those from @Meghan's Towel, suggest a surrogate was used and later abandoned without agreed-upon medical support, adding a layer of ethical complexity to the scandal. While these claims remain unverified, they underscore the public's growing distrust. Harry's role in the controversy is equally murky. In Spare, he describes assisting with Archie's birth, including using nitrous oxide, but his account lacks corroboration from medical staff. Insiders suggest Harry may have been unaware of any irregularities, caught up in Meghan's vision of a private, modern royal family. Others speculate he was complicit, prioritizing loyalty to Meghan over royal duty. Either way, the paternity question threatens his legacy, casting doubt on Archie and Lilibet's places as 6th and 7th in line to the throne. The palace's failure to make 2 mandatory security calls, one to the monarch, one to the head of security, further suggests a breach of protocol, as Harry himself admitted. The Sussex's brand, built on authenticity and breaking royal molds, is teetering. Their Netflix deal, already strained by the underperformance of With Love, Meghan, faces further scrutiny as executives question the couple's credibility. Book deals and charity partnerships, like the Archwell Foundation, rely on public trust, which is eroding as former staffers and insiders break ranks. Housekeepers, aides, and photographers are reportedly preparing to speak out, each revelation chipping away at the Sussex's narrative of vulnerability and truth-telling. Meghan's attempts at damage control have been aggressive but faltering. Her team has pushed motherhood-focused content, from charity appearances to Instagram posts, to counter the narrative of deception. Yet, these efforts are overshadowed by the doctor's claims and the public's re-examination of past events. The Windsor Castle photo op for Archie, where Meghan appeared polished and unaffected by childbirth, is now seen as staged, with the tightly wrapped baby fueling speculation about his authenticity. Lilibet's birth, similarly opaque, has drawn comparisons to Kate Middleton's transparent hospital appearances, highlighting the Sussexes' departure from royal norms. The palace, led by Prince William, has adopted a hardline stance. Sources indicate William sees the controversy as a betrayal of public trust, refusing to engage with Harry until accountability is addressed. King Charles, softened by his health struggles, remains open to reconciliation, but is wary of Meghan's influence, as seen in the tense London summit on the 9th of July. where her inclusion was a sticking point. The leak of that meeting to the Mail on Sunday suggests ongoing palace maneuvering to keep the Sussexes at bay, further isolating Harry. The doctor's revelations raise profound questions about the monarchy's integrity. If Archie and Lilibet's births involved surrogacy or undisclosed donors, the implications for the line of succession are seismic. Royal law demands clear proof of parentage, historically verified by witnesses to ensure no changeling scandals. Meghan's refusal to use vetted royal doctors and her insistence on privacy have undermined this trust, leaving the palace vulnerable to accusations of complicity. The redacted birth certificates, unprecedented for royal children, suggest an attempt to obscure details, whether to protect Meghan's narrative or to conceal a deeper truth. Public reaction has shifted from sympathy to skepticism. Fans who once championed the Sussexes' exit from royal life now question their honesty, particularly after Meghan's claim of ignorance about the royal family was debunked by her blog posts and childhood photos. The doctor's leak, combined with posts on X alleging a Sussex baby scam, has amplified theories of a staged narrative, with some calling Meghan a con artist. While surrogacy is widely accepted, the public's issue lies in the deception presenting a traditional birth story while allegedly orchestrating something else. Financially, the scandal threatens the Sussexes' empire. Netflix, Spotify, and publishing deals hinge on their authenticity, and a cracked foundation could collapse their ventures. Morally, the betrayal of fans who rallied behind their new kind of royal story is profound. If Harry was unaware, he faces the pain of being a pawn in Meghan's narrative. If complicit, he shares the blame for deceiving the public and the crown. Meghan Markle's fury over the doctor's revelation reflects a deeper crisis. A brand built on half-truths is crumbling under scrutiny. The secrecy surrounding Archie and Lilibet's births, from locked-down estates to redacted documents, was meant to protect the Sussexes' privacy, but instead invited suspicion. The doctors claim that Meghan may not have carried Archie, and that Harry's paternity is in doubt strikes at the core of their identity as parents and royals. As legal teams scramble and insiders break ranks, the palace watches from a distance, with William's resolve and Charles's cautious hope shaping the royal response. The public, once their ally, now demands answers, and the truth, as history shows, has a way of surfacing. Meghan and Harry may have escaped the crown's constraints, but they cannot outrun the consequences of a narrative built on deception. This scandal, primal in its stakes, blood, biology, and betrayal, may be the final act in their royal drama, leaving a legacy not of freedom, but of a fairy tale that rotted from within.